Hi, it's Jane from Divine Veil. So I'm just going to do a quick, well, hopefully quickish energy read on the, what's the main world energies right now. That, obviously the strongest energies do tend to affect us all, don't they, in some way. So let's see what's happening. I'll do a clarification on these as well. Right. So some sort of balancing act is creating a conflict or trying to balance ourselves away from conflict as well. There's also looking at more perspectives about toxic behaviour. Could be bonds as well that have had us hooked in, where we're making, it's time to make a decision, but the blindfold's on. We can't really see the full truth of it all. And that's probably because it has been illusion and all of that as well, where we're trying to see more perspectives. It's saying there's some sort of hope for success though with this. We're hoping for a better future. For the strongest energy as well is some sort of loving offer from these loving masculines now that are kind of making a judgment call now based on everything they understand, and that's the judgment call. That judgment call there is about, based on your own soul progression, really. It's actually near the end of the tarot. It's 10-10. It's just before the final completion of a full cycle, sort of before we start again in a different way, So current energies for what's happening around us in the world. Well, this one say, for the ones who've worked really hard, it's time to enjoy things and time to celebrate, really. It's also connects to twin flames, if we believe that. It's the 1111 card. So divine partnerships as well is very much in the current energy. So let's find out more. Passionate new beginnings as well. So I'm seeing all pentacles, wands, cups. And swords. So yeah, it's all in the energy. 10 of so it came out like that, didn't it? We'll do it like that. Right. Give me a more, I'll just see if there's anything else coming out before we do all of this read. So, anything else? Right, we'll leave it for now then. Let's see what's coming out here. Walking away from things that don't serve, from, well, it looks like walking towards, I'm going to win this at all costs. We're going in the right direction. Oh wow, that's again the masculine and feminine together there. Looking at options though, we've worked really hard. It is a bit of a hero's journey. So this could be us all balancing out our masculine and feminines, really, as we walk away from things that don't serve us, and are sort of determined, no matter what it does with other people, it's got to be on my own, on my terms as well, and it's like we're going in the right direction, even though we can't see the progress. And this seems to be the divine masculines and feminines, or masculine feminine energy, or ourselves, our duality coming together. So it looks like we are looking at options. We've worked really hard, we're tired, and there's, it's like the hero's journey. We're tired, but there is hope for success. I mean, very tired there with both of those cards together. And we've got to be careful that we haven't built some sort of wall up here, because that's kind of what that does. But it's a bit like the hero's journey sort of card. Right, so that's just those ones there. It could be some people wanting to come together, give little heartfelt messages. The Love and New Beginning did land on the Twin Flame card, so there may be some divine partnerships actually beginning as well. Love and New Beginnings. So let's find a bit more. So can you clarify this bit here? where we've looked at new perspectives on toxic behaviour. Well, it's clarified by we don't know which way to go, and that's what happens with toxic bonds and things, isn't it? It's sort of, it can be illusion and things like that. Can you tell us more? So what could be, a lot of us could be sort of, well, I just don't know which way to go at the moment. Anything else? It's very mind energy. Yeah, there's a need, right, well, it's to do with, you know, there's a need for justice and fairness and balance, really. So there is hope for success, so perhaps that justice, fairness, balance is coming. Can you tell us more? Ooh. Right, I'm not taking those because can you tell us more just for this? It's funny, I was looking at that balancing card when I'm clarifying about this. So yeah, it's sort of, people are just juggling at the moment. They could be juggling, you know, finances as well, but if they're juggling other people and toxic behaviours, it's got people confused. And there is that need for justice and fairness and balance if we want real, true partnerships. So we could be, even though we're like, oh my God, I don't know which way to go, you know, it's sort of this world or that world as well, we actually are driving it forward no matter what's going on unconsciously. Again, see that spinning top there? It's just that indication about that strength of movement is going to be what keeps a lot of us balanced, really. And it could be about balancing the book, so it is time to just move it, you know, as well as the, on the loving side of it, that energy, moving away from what doesn't work. You know, it's, you know, if something isn't right, we move it, don't we? If it is more right, we move towards it. If it isn't, we move away from it, and so there is a balancing going on. But with this card here, there is hope for success, so that's that. All right, so, okay, now that we're talking about the balancing conflict here, what's this? I'm clarifying that, and it's landed on there, so it's connected, isn't it? So let's find more. So finding out information, perhaps on social media, don't know which way to go, that's creating conflict. It's creating people being stuck, even though they aren't stuck. It's that mind energy again. It's the toxic energy that's got people in the mind, don't know which way to go, you know, feeling stuck. Is this offer, is an offer going to come in for something really truly loving with a judgment call, or is it toxic where people don't know where they're at, you know? So sort of people are stuck at the moment, even though they aren't, you know. It's to move on, finding out information off social media, things like that. Tell us more about the conflict. It's just people aren't on the same page. Now that even didn't need to turn around. It's creating tower moments, chaos. Things have to fall because they just aren't built on that solid ground. There's that justice, fairness, balance that needs to become. Anything else for that conflict? Right, okay, so that's that. And that's leading us to this one. So tell us more about this. Is it actually happening where this judgment call? Yeah, because this sort of play energy in and out that's been toxic, that's had people, I don't know which way to go. There's burdens about that now. People are, you know, these energies are being left out in the cold now, and having to drive it forward. You know, it's like the thought that these immature energies thought they were having the cake and eating it, but it's just created chaos and confusion and all of that, and it's like it isn't working so much anymore. You know, it's like a judgment call, because there's love now. There's like attachment to more love is coming in, more maturity. So there is that judgment call to make that decision to actually move forward in a way that's a bit more, well, out of chaos and more correct in a way. Alrighty. Which, and what came out, trying to think. Well, so clarify this small offer here. Actually, we didn't really clarify. We'll go to these. We'll clarify these, sorry. So the Knight of Cups and the Judgment card and the King of Cups. There was a Queen of Pentacles, wasn't there? Where's that gone? Sure I did. Oh no, I pulled it on a different one. Yeah, so it's well, it's like being manifested. This card is saying, you know, to make good on these ideas, but then it's a choice of still being in that impoverished mindset and being burdened about it. You see, it's something that's being manifested. This love, real love, but it's like time to make a judgment call on it and make good on what's being manifested. Make these ideas happen. Yeah, so there's some sort of burdens about it anyway. Someone doesn't want to, there's love, but they're being left out in the cold because of toxic as well, burdened, and it's time to make that decision, isn't it? It's near, as I say, it's near the end of the cycle of that, people who are in that, and it's probably more the masculine, you know, energies that are in that cycle of having to make that judgment call to go towards love versus you know, the short-term gains thing. So this Page of Cups, can you tell us more about the Page of Cups? Nope. maybe. Anything to tell us? So, I mean, these are just small messages from the heart, really. There could be apologies, you know, wanting to come in with something small, just, yeah, maybe even a gift or something. But it's about balancing these scales. It's like, I'm sorry, you know, I know what I've done. There is passion here. I want to come towards you, but there's still that, do I do it or not? But it will be a decision to be made. But it's like, do I do that decision? Which way am I going to go? But there is that need for balance, no matter, you know, with a passionate message and someone having the mojo back as well. So it's about balancing the scales, bringing balance to something. Right. And as we're talking about passionate message, there's passion within this, so let's have a look. But these all came out separately, didn't they? Except that was on there. But right, passionate new beginnings. What's going on with that? Right, the cards just want to spurt out here. Let's do that again. So yeah, driving it forward no matter what's going on unconsciously, those sort of thoughts that, you know, can pull us back, toxic thinking, new perspectives for all of that, you know. It's driving it forward, keeping it moving to retain that balance for that loving offer, for passionate new beginning. So it is about love really as well. So, and what's this Ten of Pentacles here? Oh, that's about a loving offer as well. But a true Ten of Pentacles, maybe even impulsive, immature kind of thoughts coming out, you know, I need to tell you this. So that there's some sort of things aren't fully what the same going on here. Tell us more. Oh, this isn't even it, yeah, because of lies and deceit. Oh, tell us more. Lies and deceit that was, or lies and deceit that is? Tell us more. Is it like forewarned is forearmed here? Or is it like Oh, right, yeah, maintain the higher ground. Oh, dear. So someone, it looks like someone's going to come in, this hope for success. It looks like someone might come in trying to keep some sort of illusion going on. It's full of lies and deceit, so maintain that higher ground. Yeah, because so these ones are like loving offers, bringing, you know, impulsive thought messages in for wanting this 10 of Pentacles, this, you know, total abundance kind of with another. But it's this illusion, this lies about this, there's some sort of lies about this. So you've got to maintain this high ground. There is hope for success. So because you might see that someone who, you know, for the ones who were connected with someone, you might see them actually going towards something else and really, you know, going for it. And, you know, you might see something immature about it, or, you know, these are knights, remember, that aren't kings. But these things aren't quite what they're saying. There is lies attached to it, you know, it isn't coming from truth, full truth. So just maintain that higher ground. There is hope for success, you know, as people develop and align further down the line, perhaps as well, okay? So, and if you're someone who's going to have these impulsive messages coming forth, keep with your higher understanding. Keep being the star, all right? Yeah, and keep an open mind. I've just seen there in the bottom of the deck, keeping an open mind, because sometimes we don't know how things unfold, do we? But we do have to be careful. So we've done that as well, haven't we? So tell us about these, because this is like the twin flame, the divine partnerships with the loving new beginning. So what's this about? Right, again, there's some sort of things aren't what the same here. I'll just move those out of the way now. Things aren't what the same. Sorry, I'm faffing with the cards. Right. Things aren't what the same. Tell us more here. Right, what's going on? I think I'll put this in the twin flame read as well. Let's see. It's gonna happen. Been singing Kate Bush. I know that something good is gonna happen. You know, I found out the other day that in one of her interviews, I've just been watching some of her interviews, I find her fascinating now. You know, when I was younger, there were songs that didn't really appeal, but, well, just such, you know, much more grown up than I was at that time. Oh wow, so things aren't what the same. So that it looks like this is a you know, a successful sort of 10 of Pentacles. It is that total abundance. This heartache here, and there is a new loving beginning that's wished for. So for the ones who are dealing with very strong connections that, you know, you think could be the divine connection or whatever, there is a lot of love and there is heartbreak, but there's also something toxic here. So tell us more. Yeah, overthinking. So yeah, it looks like it's about this, the masculine energy again here, that has to make a judgment call based on everything they understand to come with a loving offer to bring things right, really. It's what they've manifested even, but now, you know, it's like they've moved into this impoverished mindset and burdened about it, or they've been left out in the cold and they don't like it, you know. It's because there is a lot of love, and it's here, it's this divine connection that some of us are finding our way into. But so things aren't what the same, and there is heartache with this connection, probably on both sides, because it's mutual, isn't it, when it's that twin flame. So yeah, there does want to be a loving beginning. Now I've asked why the toxic card, because there you go, there's that judgment card again. There is this look and moving towards commitment thing here. There is hope for success. Someone's worked really hard. They're overthinking it, feeling that they're stuck, but they aren't. They do want to So this is the hope for the people who really feel like this is the way, and wondering where the heck the other person is when they feel such a strong connection. You know, because we can't be waiting for people. We've got to move on with our lives, but we can feel it, can't we? We can feel when things are moving in the right way, or if they're moving off track, and we can really well, you know, when we're very connected, we can anyway. And it's saying good decisions create good fortune here. You know, but no matter what side of the fence you are, really have your mojo back and go for what you need to do in your life, where you can control things. You know, control in a way that's your control for yourself, not about other people. That's not, that ain't good. So that was all to do with the toxic thing. So it's like the toxic thing could be that someone's overthinking, you know, that they're thinking about the toxic things that they did before, and you know, might still be going on a little bit of that. And you know, they could be very hooked to this connection now as well, in a way, you know. All right, so that's all of that. That's quite a biggie, isn't it? Yeah. So things aren't what they're saying, right? It might feel like, oh my god, what was the point of all that? You know what I mean? So now this bit here, we need to clarify all of this. So there's that hero's journey coming out again, and this could be the divine masculine and feminine here, working things out. Can you see all of those cards? Yeah. So this bit here, let's sort all of this out here. Right, get rid of all those. Faffing with me cards again. Oh. Okay, can we clarify this line here? So it's clarified by that overthinking card again. So there's lots of, see, that's part of that toxic behaviour really, isn't it? It's the overthinking. You know, we create what we want in our minds, and then we can mess it up by, you know, overthinking it and creating something polar opposite to it and things like that. It's you know, all of that business. So right, so yeah, so clarified by just overthinking it here. You know, in the meantime, there's grief, there's lost opportunities, there's people standing up to BS and all of that. There's a need for justice, fairness, balance. There's the lies, you know, being continued, and the lies is lying to ourselves. It's all of that as well, isn't it? And you know, keeping in that illusion and the lie of a life, instead of coming towards what's really true and honest with that loving offer. So it's just all overthinking about all of that, really. You know, it's time to cut out the BS and come from that justice, fairness, balance, isn't it? That we saw earlier as well. There you go. So this is a bit of like a twin flame read, really, isn't it? As well. But there you go. So that's, I was saying about the Kate Bush thing before I go, if anyone's bothered. I don't know. But Kate Bush, yeah, it's so... What was this? Oh yeah, so this song, I just know that something good is going to happen. You see, that's the thing, isn't it? Because when we're overthinking it, we often create the worst case scenarios and all of that, don't we? And I know my mind can sometimes go off and that, and I have to pull it back. And literally, that song's been something good is going to happen, something good is going to happen, and repeating it and singing it. And, you know, and keeping your mind on track, isn't it? Because anyway, what I was going to say about that song was, on the interview, if you haven't seen it, she said when she first wrote it, it was something, she was talking about the opposite of that. She was going to put, I just know something bad was going to happen, and then a wasp or a bee, she got stung, or it came up close to her, something like that, and she saw that as a sign to change it to something good is going to happen. And I love it. I'm really into Kate Bush at the minute, with the way that art comes in, and like sometimes it can be that it can explain sort of metaphysical things and energy things in a really like loopy way. I love it. Anyway, right, that was me waffling on at the end of the video. So good luck, everyone, and I hope you have a lovely week. I'm going to do the twin flame read tomorrow, and then all of the signs as I go throughout the week. All right, take care. Bye bye.